Hey guys, I'm Bridget.
And I'm Kent.
And we are
the Fergusons.
Thank you for joining us. We're on part 5, guys. This is the video that we've all been anticipating because there's a lot of bumps in this video. Well, thanks for all of the new subscribers, and we appreciate our family that is rocking with us and hanging on in there. Now, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Please, 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 cause listen, somebody out here need this game.
Yeah.
Somebody out here need to know, like, hey, listen, like, you've been waiting a long time for this to happen.
Yeah.
It's finna happen.
It's about to happen.
But you got to follow the rules.
That's
you got to
it.
do the work. You got to line some stuff up. It's gonna happen. Don't be discouraged. You gonna get there.
You're gonna get there.
You're gonna be happy. Your life gonna change.
It will. So, we're starting. He gets to Orlando. We're driving up to Georgia to meet my parents, and I was scared. I was so scared. I've never physically taken a man to my mom, and I was 40 at the time, right? Everybody else we probably knew from church, or probably just from church. So I've never taken a man to meet my mother. Here we are driving up. We had only known each other. Well, we knew each other for a while, but we had only seen each other maybe 5 days, right? And I'm taking them to see my parents. Well, the thing about that was your mom knows what's best, right? They know you. The people around you should know you enough to say, okay, this is the guy who I think would be good for you. And I don't know if I said this in one of my previous videos, but I will tell you this. Before I even met him, I said to my friends, I said, what type of guy you guys see me with? And they all I told them to give me different answers. You know, I got their answers in different areas so that they won't know what each other said. Does that make sense? I feel like I just jumbled that all up. But needless to say, everything that they sent me, I compiled it in one note document. And when I started reading it off, it described him to the T. And that started freaking me out, right? So because things were lining up so quickly, that's why I had to get him to my mom, because I didn't want to waste no time, right? You either is or you ain't my baby, period, okay? So we get to Georgia and we back in, and my stepdad was outside first, and he looked up, and Ken got out the car, and all I saw was my stepdad goes, he was smiling. I was like, wait a minute. He was talking all that rah-rah before we got here. Why you smiling? He was just like, he hadn't even said hello to Ken or anything. He just got up, came towards the truck, and he was smiling. And I'm like, okay. So I went. I think I left y'all behind. I don't remember. You can tell that part. But I went in to go get my mom. And she was in the room doing something, and they were out there talking. And I said, Mom, you gotta meet him. She said, I don't have to meet him. That's the one. I was like, what? Y'all sure? Wait a minute. She's like, he's the one. I'm like, Mom, you haven't even physically met him. Now, I did send her a picture of him, but she was like, I don't need to. That's the one. And when I came out of the room with my mom, so that I'm shaking. When I came out of the room with my mom, so that my mom can actually physically meet him, he was out there talking to my stepdad. And I will tell you, my stepdad looked like he was pouring into you. You can talk to that piece. But he was pouring into Ken, and I just saw Ken weeping. And I was like...
Yeah, and I was weeping because, like, you know, the discernment in me was telling me, like, you know what? This is a woman of character. This is a woman after God's heart. This is not your everyday woman. This is not your fly-by-night. You know, this ain't your community woman that be out here with different men. And, you know, after being battle-ridden, you know, dealing with so much counterfeit, like, you know, I was just ready to be filled with the right thing.
Yeah.
And, like, I was tired, I was hurt, and everything he was telling me, I knew in my heart. I knew, like, hey, this woman is different. This woman is special. You know, like she's cut from a different cloth. And he just starts saying, he was like, man, you know, he starts speaking because, you know, he little hood. He starts speaking straight up. That's my language. Like, talk to me straight up. Don't sugarcoat nothing. Yeah. Tell me raw. I like raw. You know, so, you know, that's what he just started telling me straight up. And I already peeped who she was. And he just kind of came and confirmed, like, okay, brother, like, you know, you ain't gonna find this everywhere. You ain't gonna find this type of woman with this type of character.
Man, and confirmation, guys. Pay attention to confirmation along the way.
Wow,
You're going to have to hold on to those things when you get a little scared. You're going to have to reference those things when things get a little shaky and you're like, I don't know. You got to hold on to the confirmation. So my mom came out, and if you know me, you got to tell them the nickname you gave me. But I'm always recording because I knew this moment was special. So I saw my stepdad talking to him, and he was saying such beautiful things about me. That made me feel away, you know what I mean? And then to see my guy weeping, you know what I'm saying? And my mom already confirming before she even seen him, I was like, whew. So I started recording. I was recording that moment, and maybe I'll insert it in here. And they were like, okay, y'all hungry? Let's go get breakfast. And so we drove to breakfast. My stepdad drove us. You were in the front with my stepdad, and I was in the back with my mom, and she was just holding my hand, and I'm just like, okay. We had breakfast. It was good. We were talking. I forgot about what we were talking about. Who knows? I was just in awe. And then, for some reason,
Let me grab the wheel.
Go for it, babe. Take the wheel.
Grab the wheel so I could give y'all the real, you know. So we had breakfast, and during breakfast, I mean, everything was nice. Like, you know, I connected with her mom. Like, we had, you know, a natural love and connection from the beginning. You know, I connected with her, you know, with her dad, and we just had a natural, you know what I'm saying, connection. Everything was natural. Like, we all knew each other before we just met. And I mean, you know, dad just started talking about rings, and you know, how about his situation with rings, and I'm just sitting there listening like, okay, cool. In my mind, I'm like, I haven't got to no ring stage. I'm just like, you know, but I knew like I could possibly marry this woman because things were just lining up, but I didn't know that I was about to be engaged. So he was just talking about rings. All of a sudden, after breakfast, he drove us to a jewelry store.
Yep.
And in my mind, I'm like, okay. And I just kept hearing in my spirit, like, just listen, walk with it. Something is happening. Don't block it.
Yeah.
Don't shut down. You know, I wanted to shut down, but it's like, I felt so accepted, loved. I felt so much joy inside of me. It's like I felt like everything I prayed for was happening. Like, I prayed for a family and people that would accept me, that would accept my son. And it was happening in that moment. And, you know, I think she tried on like about the second ring, and it was just something went off in my spirit. And, you know, I guess they didn't know either. And that's when the Holy Spirit took control. And the Holy Spirit was like, you here? She's the one for you. Because, you know, even the first couple of days when we were on the phone, when we had the date, like, I still was questioning a little bit. I was like, okay, not 1,000% sure. Maybe
We both were.
Maybe 800%. Maybe, you know, it'll jump to 850, but never 1,000%. But the Holy Spirit was like, let go and let God. Yeah. So in that moment when they brought out the ring, I shocked all of them because the Holy Spirit told me, like, just buy the ring. So I just bought the ring right there. Like, she tried it on, and, you know, I guess they thought I was going to put down on it or, you know, think about it. I was like, nope, just buy it. I bought the ring right there.
Okay, guys, can I grab the wheel?
Go ahead.
So, I tried on the first ring, right? It was cute because I thought, here's another thing. We plan our wedding all of our lives, and we think we know what we want. And I tried on the ring that I thought that I've always wanted, and I ain't like it. The second ring that I tried on was this ring, and I was like, ooh, this is the one. So you know how they say, oh, when you meet the right one, you'll know? And I used to be like, that's stupid. But like, when I met him, I knew. And when I saw the ring, I knew, right? And I looked down and I was like, oh my God, this is beautiful. I love it. And he was like, you like it? I was like, yeah, this is the one. Not thinking he was gonna buy a ring, guys. This is technically our second date, okay? And we don't live in Georgia. And I was thinking, in my mind, I started thinking, okay, so he probably gonna put down on the ring and probably have my mom do the payments, and then my mom could ship it to this, because you know I'm a planner, right? And this man purchased the ring, and when he started walking towards the register to purchase the ring, he turned around and put the ring on my finger. I was walking backwards because I wasn't sure what was happening because it was moving like this. And he said, will you marry me? And my stepdaddy said, now this man done showed me out. He said, now that's how you know when a man wants you. That's how you know when a man, and he immediately started counseling us. Don't do this. Make sure y'all do this when you're married. Da, da, da. It was an amazing experience, and everybody in the store was shocked. And I was like, what just happened?
Me too. I had to step out on faith. You know, it took kahunas to do that, because part of me was like, nah, just wait, just chill. You don't know. But I was like, okay, Holy Spirit, if you done showed me the signs are there, what I'm sitting here waiting for?
Let me tell you guys, I forgot to say this in our last video, but before we went to Georgia to meet my parents, my friends again was like, oh, let's go try on wedding dresses. And I'm like, I've done that. And I got tons of pictures in different dresses for people that I just thought I was going to say I do too. But I went along with it, right? Because there's so many other things that was going on. I was like, okay, one more thing is it's not going to hurt. They put us in room number 2. And the second dress that I tried on was the dress that I wore for my wedding. And I cried when I put that dress on, and I'm about to cry now. Excuse me. And everybody was complimenting me in the store. And you just have to imagine being in multiple wedding dresses and nothing happening. And things were just starting to manifest. And me being so afraid that how am I trying on another dress with another man, and I have no idea what the outcome is or what it's gonna be. And then me taking him to see my mom, and the second ring that I try on. So all of these twos. Remember, it's my double year, y'all. 2020, I was turning 40, and all of these twos kept popping up. And this man just said, will you marry me? On our second date, y'all.
That's how it happens. You never know how it's gonna happen. It's not about you being in control. Let love happen.
Let it happen.
It will happen for you. Listen, believe me. Listen, if you've been through marriage before, if you failed before, if you're getting older, you feel like it's not going to happen, it's going to happen. Speak that thing. Believe that thing. Most of all, be ready. Get ready. And listen, you can't even completely be ready, because if God going to do it, like he may do it in a way where you just don't know. Yeah. So what else you got to say, babe?
I don't know. I'm so overwhelmed. I was just so shocked.
And to this day, it shocks both of us the way things were just orchestrated. But again, we're sharing our story with you. That's our beautiful love story. You know, it's like God orchestrated quickly us falling in love, and then even all the technical parts of us lining up, becoming one, becoming a family. It all came together. It was so beautiful. I thank God for it. I thank God for my wife.
I love you.
I thank God for my new family, new connections and friends. And listen, like, you know, believe in the process. Believe in your process. But listen, some of y'all are not real about your process. You know, you think something gonna come to you and you're not gonna do the work. You think something gonna come to you and you out here playing. Listen, get serious about it. Yeah. And then it'll be serious about you. Listen, we both went on paths of being celibate. We both went on paths of spiritual pruning and cleansing. And, you know, God said we were ready. And that's what he's waiting on. Yeah. And I hope this story encourages you. It gives you life. It gives you strength. Listen, some people have been married for years. Like, your story ain't gonna work for everybody else. The oil you got ain't gonna work for somebody else. Listen, I seen someone else post stuff out. Oh, I've been married for 40 years. Everybody ain't got that privilege. Everybody ain't make all those wise mistakes. Everybody ain't have that grace. Listen, this is for somebody who done been through some stuff, you know, that need the oil to boost them into it. Listen, it's different type of oil. It's oil to sustain a marriage, and it's oil to get you into that position. But that's a whole nother video. But again, I'm Ken.
And I'm Bridget.
Signing off. And we are the Fergusons, and we'll see you again. Like and subscribe.
Please.
And stay around, because we're going to give you some more juicy details.
Bye.